today I'm going to be taking this guitar apart. Most of it will probably just be 2 and 3x speed, because who the hell wants to watch me turn a screwdriver 1,000 times? I'm going to strip this apart, and that's obviously the first step to customizing a guitar, a $72.19 guitar, into a bit of a Frankenstrat type deal. Some people will tell you not to do this, but it's not gonna hurt a damn thing. And if it does, something's seriously wrong with your guitar. I forgot my screw containers in one of these boxes over here. Oh, such is life when you have to run the electricity to your cabin where you normally work. The power line down to the cabin got cut when the electric company was putting in new fiber optic lines. So gotta dig that up and repair it, but my spine currently is in no condition to hand dig a trench across my driveway. So it's a project for a later date, and until then I'm stuck working in my room. I think we have 11 screws, and my custom scratch style electric guitar only has 8, I think, which is fine. A lot of screws in it. Oh, we can make it. I can springs on stuff before you went super bridge. Wow. They used, too small for that, but I'm almost certain that's probably the screw that they used for the strap buttons. Much longer than what you need to hold the plate and the jack down. But I'm about to find out. I'm betting that's the exact same screw. Yeah, yep. And that, okay. Yeah, it looks like it's going in quite a ways, but this is a basswood body, so it is really soft wood. I would recommend, just so you're safe and your guitar won't pop off the damn strap, I would put a much longer, thicker screw in there to grab onto the wood. So I'm going to replace them. Hadn't really thought about that, but oh well, you know, I might do eye screws like the Frankenstrat did. That'll solve the problem. I'm already bleeding. I don't even know what the heck I could have done. A blue and red wire. I think I'm frickin' defusing a bomb in a movie. Huh. Bold choice. Oh, if you've never taken a guitar apart before, they're white and black on every guitar I've ever worked on. White is hot, black is ground. Another one of those longer screws. Random. I'm guessing when you're putting guitars together so fast that you can sell them for $72. You don't really pay attention to what screws you're sinking into it. You've got to make a lot of guitars. Speed is key. Now we'll get to see, for the first time, we'll see together how this bridge is set up. Perfectly normal, but again, a red ground wire. What the hell were they thinking? It's just weird. Maybe it's normal, but I've never seen it. I just push the strings down in there like I'm putting strings on. A genius move. That's not a distance record, but it was pretty good. Be more careful of that if you don't intend to refinish your guitar. That is the #1 way to ruin your finish. Yeah, these parts are chintzy. Which again, a $60 guitar, well, $72 delivered to your house. And this is another thing I've never seen. Those springs were on pretty dang tight, but these screws are sunk all the way in to the guitar. I don't know. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, I've never seen that either. Usually this thing sticks quite a ways out, you know, and the springs aren't pulled as tight as they can possibly get. Oh yeah. That's another thing you'll find with pretty cheap guitars, is the holes aren't drilled perfectly, but that doesn't really affect anything. It looks a little goofy being crooked in the back, but it doesn't affect the playability. It doesn't affect how much you can put tension on the springs or anything like that, so no big deal. And if you want, you can always fill and re-drill that hole. I am definitely not. I'll have enough to drill on the front without making myself extra work on the back. Hot today, and I should not complain about that, considering it's November. Being hot in November, growing up in New York, is something I did not have to worry about. Yeah, I can't wait to see how many holes line up versus how many I need to fill and re-drill. Hoping I have to re-drill very few. But there's no way everything's going to line up. Well, guess there is a way, but only if we're looking at infinities. I'm looking at this real quick because I didn't order a new one of these for this. Everything else will be black, so I'll probably end up reordering one, or I'll just paint this one. But it's pretty chintzy. Other than being a bit chintzy, which obviously it's going to be on this inexpensive of a guitar, it's not bad. Though, yeah, I'll get a new one. There's no sense in leaving something in the guitar that's going to go bad real fast, and that will loosen up all the time. I caved and turned the AC on. Good Lord. AC in November. It's a problem it's a good problem to have. And this, children, is why when you get old, you're going to save boxes. Let's see what we got. that's actually not terrible. I definitely have never seen the wire color, but it works just fine. Even got a little bit of shielding here. It's really not bad. I mean, it's the cheap ceramic pickups. The routing on this is not, it's perfectly fine. It goes underneath the 22 fret fingerboard anyway, so you can't see it. Other than that, it's really in decent shape. Pretty surprised. You got the HSH, which means humbucker single coil, which is the narrow pickups humbucker. The humbuckers are two side-by-side pickups, and the single pickups are like these. So these are meant to be modified. They're routed out to be modified, which is really cool. And then, I don't know if you'll be able to see that very well. Down in there you can see like chunks of wood hanging off from where that wasn't routed properly. Down on this side. And there's some on the other side too, but it's not as prominent. So I'll have to reroute that, I'm guessing. Definitely if I go with like a much thicker brass block, which I might. I'll check the sustain on it after I put it together with the parts I've got. But I might end up having to go several steps further up before I'm happy with the build. I'm hoping not. I'm really trying to make this a budget guitar. And by budget guitar, I'm thinking, let's see, 150 bucks. I'll have this whole thing built for. Unless, like I said, I upgrade the bridge a ton, and I think that's really all I would spend a bunch. Well, no, I might not like the electronics I have for it, so I might upgrade all the pickups. Oh, that will help the sustain. I don't know why this is, but if you tighten down these as tight as that was, and then just bring the screws back, not even an eighth of a turn, but just a tiny bit so they don't have that crunch type thing going on when you loosen them, it actually makes the sustain and the tone a bit better, I think. I could be wrong, but it seems to be the case. I can't get my screwdriver set here. Well, one of the other ones. That's one again. What? I forgot one other record. Ooh, not just videos today. There are a couple of Jefferson Airplane tunes on this album also. CD I recorded when I was a kid. Easy. Oh, that's a good hammer. Really fine. Lovely weasel, and then that's the weasel came for pretty dented. Cool. I was thinking they might not have this on such an inexpensive guitar, but with basswood bodies, well, any soft wood, you really do want a plate for your neck plate to sit on, and that way it doesn't sink down into the wood. So let's see. The neck pocket actually looks pretty clean. It fits in there fairly snug too. Well, not as snug as it felt like at first. You know what? I'm not going to poly the neck. I'm going to oil the neck. But it's not quite as tight as I'd want it. But a shim would make it too tight. So I think I might just put a coat of poly here. And maybe a coat of poly here too. And just that should thicken it up enough to be really snug. If not, I'll have to shim it. But I think the poly coats will actually do the trick. Yeah, it's so weird because normally when you take a guitar apart, you don't have like the sawdust and stuff under. Like normally these are drilled, clean, they're taken back apart. These are all cleaned out, and then everything is put on. But these were set on, drilled, and screwed in one step. Which, again, you have to make these really fast, so I'm sure they're all like that. But I've just never seen it before. But the guitars I've worked on have usually been like my custom Strat and my custom Bailey Arts guitar. So, yeah, they're not put together anything like this. But they also cost, I don't know, 20 times as much. These I will be taking off. I'm not doing it right now though. I'm going to rest the back for a while, and then these will come off, and that's simple enough. You just take a socket and loosen them up and they fall right out. Take these off, and then I'm going to start reshaping the neck. Be the first thing I start on, I think. And then my daughter, who has a lot more experience painting than I do, she's 14, and she, yeah, she has a lot more experience than I do, is going to help me repaint the body. We're not stripping the whole body down, we're just going to sand off the poly. We're putting the Frankenstrat stripes and then taping it off and putting them on. But she'll be doing, I think, basically all of that. Yeah, I think I'm good to go for now. Alright.